Hello that's YouTube, hope you're doing well and welcome to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Jan aka Carrion and this is one of two of my YouTube channels. On this channel I focus on playing video games, and this game mostly for me happens to be City Skylines. In my main job I work in esports full time for the past decade. And yeah, I don't know, City Skylines gives me a little bit of that soothing factor. So I thought, hey, why not do content? I actually have a few reasons of why I wanted to go back into content creation. I will not bore you with that right now. One of them is I wanted to get back into video editing, and the other one is I wanted to practice more speaking in front of an audience, which, believe it or not, I'm not super used to or not used to anymore. So I wanted to practice that again in a safe environment. Again, I don't want to bore you with that, so just like very quickly, two of the reasons explained why I got into content creation now. So yeah, City Skylines has that very relaxing element for me, and I follow a lot of City Skylines YouTubers on the YouTube. People like, you know, City Planner Plays, Overcharged Egg, Yumble, Biffa, and those guys. I love what they're doing, but I'm by no means as good as them. So I also thought, hey, why not use this as like educational, like practice for me and documenting my practice, and you seeing the progress that I make, if that is of interest to you. So welcome to what is the first episode of a new city on the map Oracle Lake, which is part of the Plazas and Promenades DLC. This map has a boreal theme, which is a theme that I personally very much enjoy. And yeah, let's get into it. I decided to name this city Carborg. So Car from like the first, is it the first? No, it's not the first initial, it's the first vowel, or like the first part of my nickname, whatever. And then Borg, which is the Swedish word for, I'm not Swedish by the way, but yeah, which is like often in Sweden and like other Scandinavian countries used for the word castle. And I thought of this name when I saw this little castle, or like these castle ruins over here. So I thought like, hey, why not name this city Carborg? Gives it a little bit of a Scandinavian feel, and yeah, is associated with me. So let's get into it, because I don't want to, you know, just bore you with all of that introduction stuff, and I've been talking long enough by now. Let's get into actually getting on the way with this new city. I'm actually a big fan, especially here, I guess, of you know, like looking or judging how the rest of this starting tile looks like. I want to do a roundabout. So let's get started. I'm gonna take some. This is something, you know, I learned from these amazing YouTubers. I'm gonna take a gravel road. Just like build this here, because I need to extend it a little bit, and I wanna have the snapping tools up on over here. So let's build. I think I'm going 240. So then from the middle, like 120 towards each side, and then we take our one-way road, or how's it called? 2-lane one-way road. Turn the curve tool on and build our roundabout. Always good to have these helping little gravel streets when building a roundabout. Now we can delete this. I actually can delete this. And let's take these roads again. See how this works. And I think 560, something like this should work. We do the same over here. Up. It's snapping weirdly. But yeah, I think that is fine. Now let's upgrade it into the right direction. And there we have it, our roundabout and entry into the city. I'll keep the helplines in there, because sometimes City Skylines does weird things in vanilla when we're adding streets left and right. So what I want to do now is actually do a collector on both sides of this road. So do a little collector in this direction. Let's go 1,800. and do a collector in this direction, a little bit longer. So my plan for now, looking at this map, is over here I have a lot of space for forestry industry, and over here I'll do some residential for now, and then at some point, I guess, I don't know if I'm gonna take like a highway. I mean, at some point, you know, I could just make this into an exit of the highway and extend the highway this way. I don't know yet exactly what I'm going to do over here. I'll get into that later. Or, no, I'll think about it when it's time for that. Let's first do the industrial district. I'm gonna make this, you know, same length, put it up here, and then upgrade it, but it's the right direction. Because yes, what I wanted to do is that there's one way in, one way out, to kind of like keep traffic somewhat relaxed. No, probably. Oh, no, this is not the street that I wanted. This can actually be a two-way street, not only just one way. I don't really care about that. So yeah, let's build these in here. Over here, I'll leave a block that has a little bit more space for, I don't know, certain things. And let's do the same over here and work on our grid. How do I want to do this? How do you want to do this? I think I'll go up, yeah, like 440. Yeah, so I have like the same length. There's a little bit of a terrain issue. I'll go up a little bit this way, and then I'll do some longer blocks for residential. I'll build some trees and stuff like in the middle, but in the beginning, how long do I make that? Yeah, I think like 1200 is absolutely fine. Let's put it like this. Alright, so I have a few nice blocks that I can work with. Wait, what happened here? Was that me doing that stuff, or is it the road is weird? No, it was me doing weird stuff. Okay, I think I got like one tile out there like too far. Cool. Now what I'm gonna do is I will delete my helping lines so that we actually get some stuff on the way. I'll plant a water tower. Do I want to put it in the middle of the roundabout? No, I'll put it here. Let's get the pipes. I'm a friend of having the pipes under the roads. So let's put one this way, one this way. This, and it's closed. And then we just do it like this. And we're good. And we also have to connect it here. And now let's take care of the sewage. I'll actually go already with the eco inland water treatment thing. This should be fine to pollute a lot of the highway, but not the rest, so I will put it here. And power, we go with the coal power plant for now. I'll actually put it right next to it. Let's connect the pipes here, and then we can finally, or once I have the electricity connected, then we can finally press play and get this party started. not gonna like build this out further anymore. So let's just press it here, or like place it here, and then everything should be fine. I mean, I could have just, you know, connected it this way and probably just one power line down here, and it should have been fine. Still have like 9,000 left over. Power is now connected. It is all good. Let's push this a little bit further and advance the clock. What I actually want to do, or like the point where I want to get to this first episode, is that magic. Let's slow things down again, because then we can see in a few minutes how slowly but surely all of these cars are rolling in. But yeah, where I want to get to is like the magical number of, I think in this build is probably going to be what, 1,500. Yeah, the tiny town the tiny town milestone, because that is when, in my opinion, the game only really begins. Because then we unlock industries, we unlock landscaping, which I wanna, as already mentioned, like I wanna put more effort into this that, you know, actually like looks a lot better. I'm looking forward to making these cities, yeah, hopefully very walkable. And let's see how it will look in the end. We already have a little bit of commercial demand, so let me put some commercial here. Over here where these like crossings are, this is, in my opinion, a perfect opportunity to, you know, actually make the city more walkable. Especially in the middle, because then pedestrians can just kind of like skip a block and walk through here. I also want to work more with, I'm super excited later to work with the pedestrian streets and put them in there somehow. Maybe even like putting the entire street in here, like this entire pedestrian street in here, instead of just a pathway. But yeah, I'll speed it up a little bit, because why not? Actually, I'll keep the middle free, and then either here, yeah, we can either build the pedestrian road or the other thing. Okay, let's put some general industry in these blocks. And then as soon pretty much as I unlock the 1,500 milestone and we get industries DLC, like forestry is likely the first thing that I'm gonna build. Like maybe on both sides of this highway, actually, with like a little bridge that is connecting both of those sides. You can have the forestry industry front the highway. That will look very cool. And now everyone is moving in. Speaking of everyone moving in, I want to have a quick look at junctions to not hold traffic too much, but it should be fine. For some reason, only this was the issue. I mean, yes, because this is one way. I also thought of making like these blocks a little bit bigger and make them more walkable, but I don't think that needs to happen because of how the streets are up here. I'd rather turn them into like turn selected streets into bike lanes and see how things are done. We're getting more residential demand, so let's fulfill that. Get the next block of residential in. And for sound protection, I think we need some highway walls and some trees in here. So yeah, I'm super excited to have landscaping. And then with all of the stuff that I've seen other people do, see what I can do. I'm not that hopeful, but try, experiment a little bit, and get better at the game. That is all what it is about. Actually zoning the next block already. And then I think once we get to unlocking the first milestone, which we have at 480, I don't want to build a landfill. I'm gonna go recycling center right away, but school and medical clinic is something that we at some point need. Can kind of like build a little school campus, like right here on this corner. And then continue until we reach city limits on this side. And yeah, I don't know yet like how things are going to look on the other side. But let's get there. Finally we hit the point where our weekly income is going to be positive. And there we have it, little hamlet, unlocking medical clinic, landfill site, elementary school, recycling center, and the community school. Also, very important thing, taxes. I could have put the level of like my budget down in terms of how much energy are we wasting, or how much money are we putting into water capabilities, because yeah, it's not that much in the beginning, but yeah, thought it wasn't right. All right, let's concentrate these things a little bit more up here. So let me put the landfill site, the recycling center up here next to our eco inland water treatment plant and our coal power plant. I wanted to say like our coal mine, but it's not a mine, it's a power plant. Jeez, Jan, what are you talking about? And let's figure out now something for school. Actually, I don't have enough money yet. In the beginning, I don't think it matters to take a loan. We are like positive already at this point, so you know it shouldn't be too crazy. Let's on the side street put our little school up here, and then how big is the high school again? Does it say in terms of like tiles? I forgot. I can't remember how big it actually is. But I will first off as well zone more residential here, and then you know to make it a little bit nicer. First, turn the snap tools back on. To make it a little bit nicer, let's go by. Do I want to go full 600? Yeah. If I learned one thing from like most of the other YouTubers, then it's like, you know, you can play a little bit with the space. So creating a little bit of a different block here. Something that we haven't seen that often, and we can customize that a little bit later. Once there's a high school, once there's parks, you know, we can put some trees in here. Maybe build the high school also somewhere else. Let's take water. I have the snap tool still on. Let's take water here. Actually, I don't have to take water further. For now, it's fine. For now, it should be alright. And then at some point, I need a medical clinic, which I think I might just put like on this corner here. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, everything else is quite alright. Put some commercial zoning over here, and then we can advance things a little bit until we soon hit our next milestone, which is going to be at the Worthy Village at 950. Alright, there we have it. Worthy Village, 950. We can unlock a new tile, which I don't think we need at this point. We get districts, which is nice, awesome, policies, a second lawn, some specializations, and in terms of new buildings, we get the firehouse, a police station, and a high capacity elementary school. Like, I actually really like this asset in terms of how it looks. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna build this at some point. But yeah, now we also have the self-sufficient buildings, green city stuff. That is going to be cool. Alrighty, let's have a look. 32,000. We are still a little bit away from our milestone of where the game actually really begins. Unfortunately, there's still no landscaping, which we'll do that in the next episode. But let's continue building some things, or like expanding stuff that we need to expand. So one thing, already now our garbage processing status is somewhat down. I actually thought or hoped, this could squeeze in there, but it doesn't. So let's do it like this. Let's have a look at water. Water's still fine, because sometimes at some point we'll need another water tower, or in a second sewage unit. So this is all fine. In terms of money, there's a plus 2,000 of weekly income, so we're looking good here. The first thing that I think we should have now is, and I'll actually put this, I don't think it makes a difference if I put it on the collector or not. If I put it here, coverage in the main city is not as good. I think I'll need a second one later, in this entire district at some point anyway. So for now, I will put it actually at the entrance of the city. And then let's look at police. We're not having enough money. I don't know if I want to take up the second loan already. Let's do it. We take this loan, I'll pay off the other one, because I don't need that at the moment. And then we're building the police station. Let's put it, right next to here. Why not? Okay, and we actually have a high demand for residential. So let's see how we actually can continue. Oh, I want to continue the grid for now in this area. And let's have a look. So this is a little bit of a weird pattern and stuff that we see, but I think actually it's fine. So let's take out our collector a little bit further, because this on the high street, there's mostly going to be, maybe we make this like just some green area with where you can walk through. But yeah, I'll actually thinking about for now just expanding this network. Yeah, maybe by like 2 rows of the grid. Yeah, I think that is fine. And then at some point we can look at the other side, even though I'm not sure if I wanna have farming over here. And yeah, just paint this in with some not industry, but with some residential. Oh, should put water as well, because that I already forgot. Here. I mean, it's okay at the moment that these snapping tools are on. Let's have this connected here. Actually, because otherwise it gives me weird feelings. Let's do it like this. That's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna paint some more stuff. I'm actually only going onto like this row, and then maybe this can be a bridge. There can be a bridge at some point in the future. But let's add some stuff over here. And then at some point soon I want to build on the other side. Actually, I think now is a good time to already like start building on the other side of this collector. because there's also some more need for industrial. So what did I do? I went to 440. For some reason it doesn't do now it does 440. And let's do the same length over here. And then let's do some other things up here, and I'll keep a block free for. I'm not sure what I'm doing in there, but yeah, just keeping some free space. Now I go back to this thing here, and put it so this time, you know, like looking where my crossroads are, or you know, the walkways, just thinking or like trying to think about walkability, and like keeping them free. Yeah, it tells me about the landfill side, but I'm really not a big fan of that asset. Actually turning off all of the guidelines again. This should be fine. Okay, we're actually very, very close to hitting the milestone that we need to hit. Still have a medium demand in terms of industry. So yeah, let's satisfy that demand for now. As I already mentioned, I think I'm gonna change a few things. And as soon as we have forestry unlocked and I can do some more stuff with forestry, like actually building this stuff over here. What I'll do today in this episode actually is I will, because looking at, no, not looking at this, but looking at you know, the tiny town milestone and all of the things that we unlock. Like I will probably do some landscaping and, you know, plant a high school and do some of that stuff still in today's episode, but do most of the stuff like building out the industry in the next one then. This is actually like, I think it's already a little bit too clustered up in terms of how things look, but you know, it is what it is at this point. Let's actually paint in the district on this side. For now it's called what, Smith Park. Have this on this one side of the collector. Actually do it a little bit smaller. And then over here, I think we're gonna go for the second district, which I'll expand then. And let's have a look at the policies, or like the district specializations that we can do. So in terms of housing, it would be cool, like for now we have like green cities of like, if we actually go and do some farming stuff, I will put some green city stuff in here. And maybe actually some organic and local produce. Do we get some other specialization in the next update? Let's have a look. New policies, new services, park areas, pedestrian areas. But I don't think there is like wall-to-wall buildings. That's later, I think. Yeah, I'll actually give it that specialization now. Organic and local produce. Which maybe sees all of the shops on this side change. It's kind of like a weird thing, you know, you drive down this high street, things on one side are different than they are on the other side. It's actually slowing down a little bit now, but let's go and put in these two residential zones up here. And see how they look. Yeah, I think I'll make this a little bit green and put some stuff in here once we have landscaping. Right, we still have industry demand. How are we looking in terms of trash? Not good. Water, getting slowly but surely to our limits. Power, same. But we're looking good in terms of money. Okay, I will actually go and already extend the collector here a little bit. Not by a lot, but yeah, maybe 2,400. Then let's put some industry, which at some point I will likely delete. This should be fine for now. Just fill that demand. Let's look at these nice self-sufficient buildings. I just like how they look. Really happy about those. There's not a lot of commercial demand, and I can put some. I would probably put some commercial over here on this side of the collector. How are the stores looking? Ah, never mind. There's our tiny town upgrade. Cool. So, again, this is the main goal that I wanted to reach in this episode, because finally we have landscaping and doing all of those things, but also a few other things. So let's have a look at first the buildings that we absolutely need, and one of them is high school, which I think I'll just put here in the middle of it. And then can we already put in terms of like parks? Because I love the basketball. Okay, never mind, I didn't build it big enough. I could go and move those around, but I'm not sure if I should do that. I actually don't think I want to move them around and then just rather... You know, questions. I can ignore the high demand for residential zone for now, because for now we don't need to like grow things further. I like how they're... Nah, I'm not building. I'm not putting the stuff up here. I should have like left more space. Actually, and this is probably what I'm doing. I hate that I'm doing this. So let me pause this. Goodbye. But I'll put the streets and then I'll put the streets down here. So we'll just extend this block, and then even though I just wasted, you know, a lot of money making them unhappy and happy again, because at some point in all City Skylines builds, money is not an issue anymore. So now we can actually go and take this nice park, because I really think it just fits having the freaking basketball court here. Yeah, this is like pretty much in the middle between those two assets, because there's like two spots on either side. And now let's get into landscaping. So some nice paths. I think just these dirt paths are really cool. Putting the freeform tool on. From where the crossing is. Actually, also, I want to de-zone this and not keep it zoned, and do some fencing. So, because otherwise, you know, it will annoy me. So actually, I will do the fencing first. Which fence do we take here? What is a nice fence? Farm fence. Alrighty, there we go. And suddenly we have a nice school campus with like both our schools, elementary and high school, some nice basketball court in the middle, and yeah, some walkability in between. So the high school students can pick up their little siblings from elementary school and walk home with them. I think this is how it works, right? And then I'll actually put some, I think I'll put from the other like park assets. Where are they? Like we can take some of the parking stuff and create some parking opportunities for when parents pick up their students. I mean, those don't fit. Those are a little bit small. So yeah, let me put some of them here. Over here by the high school. Also where probably the teachers will park. It's funny like how it's snapping here, but it didn't with the others. Wait, how long is this? 3? So yeah, let's put it like that, and we do some more landscaping in the middle. Okay, that looks nice. So yeah, this is probably like the parking spots for like the teaching personnel. They're parking here, then taking the walk over to the schools. Cool. So we have done that. A little bit of landscaping. Again, I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do with those areas. So maybe I'll actually just take the. Do I already have the pedestrian streets, or do I need to unlock them by painting that area first? Does that come later? I'm actually not sure. I will find out. But I think this might actually be a great point to pause this episode for now. Or did I forget any of the absolutely necessary buildings? I don't think so. Actually, let me put some more power. And then we are at the point where we can end this episode today. So we managed to get the city to 1,500 inhabitants. We placed a little school campus. We did some first green city stuff with self-sufficient housing up here. I think this is actually where at some point I will put maybe a graveyard and a little bit more park and walkability and those kind of things. Also, something that I forgot, which I haven't figured into this build yet so far at all, is public transport, which will get really, really fun once we hit the next milestone at 2,600. But yeah, I already did a bit more stuff, than I did usually before. This is something in my old builds you would have not seen that. So yeah, I'm proud with, I'm happy with today's results. So yeah, let's in the next episode I will build the forestry area over here, and I actually don't know yet how we will go from there. So I'll take it a little bit piece by piece, or yeah, bit by bit. We're gonna build the forestry area over here, and then let's see where we go from there. But yeah, one big goal is making this all more walkable, putting more public transport in, and we'll see where we take it from there. For now, I'm gonna leave you with some cinematics, just taking the standard cinematics. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this stuff and like this content, I would be happy if you subscribe and leave a like, maybe even ring the bell on this video. If not, that's also okay. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. See you in the next episode. Cheerio!